And St. Francis sporting the red jerseys will be going right to left. And here we go. St. Francis Clark plays it forward to Steinleitner. Steinleitner through. Masaryka was on sides for the great goalkeeper for Bayern Munich, and that was what he was so good at, was that sweeper-keeper ability. That one played in towards Carrillo.
Those two transfers, Daniel, I think the biggest thing that sticks out to them is the experience that they've already had. Both Rose and Kelp come to Maryland, first year in Big Ten play, but both seniors. They have the experience. Again, as you mentioned, Kelp coming over from UMBC with Joseph Picado.
You know, you see the goal numbers from last year, but then you consider they're mostly on penalties as the ball played inside that midfield. But now it's Maryland trying to open the scoring up. Here's the corner in. Headed up in the air, will stay in play. Red flash. Collision far, but still donuts on the scoreboard. Pires plays it in off the free kick. St. Francis on the near side. An early goal-scoring threat. They leave it, and the shot is just up of the goal. A really good look there, but Maryland unable to break the ice.
You don't know if the freshman
pass to the opposite side. Deflected away, but the Terps able to keep it. Now Clark into the middle. Header on goal, but gobbled up by Sorensen. That was Steinleitner who got his noggin on it, but no avail here for the Terps.
That was a perfectly placed cross by.
Goes Costabile. Luca to Njike. Into the middle. Shot on goal, left of it. Steinleitner again was looking for it. Or it may have been Bernstein. Either way, it goes out of play.
Yeah, Bernstein puts his toe on one.
Up against Andre Israel. Njike in a one-on-one. Goes to the middle. He takes a hard shot on goal. And it goes out of bounds after it's headed away by the red flash. That was Selikal, able to get his forehead on it and set up a tide with the left foot. But Njike not able to hit. Here's Costabile on the corner, headed up. And
Maryland men's soccer student section, well known as the best student section for any Maryland athletic sport.
Oh, that goes over Sorensen. Njike had a shot to it, but it was deflected. As the horn sounds and some subs will come in, here's what happened.
Njike knew that he missed an opportunity.
Here it is, swung in. Up in front of goal, Sorensen goes down, and it will be a foul going the other way.
On the play, too, you mentioned the two that come.
One in the net. Costabile takes it with the left foot. The back end of the goal, it goes, and it's in. Maryland breaks the ice. Luke Van Hoeklem got to it, and it's 1-0 Terps.
Are they going to wave this off? This one looks destined for video review. The St. Francis bench got animated even quicker than Maryland's bench did. It looks like they're going to take a look at this one in Maryland with video replay review. A lot happening, obviously, with the corner insertion from Costabile. The final touch.
But now Sasho knows that this is an important goal here.
And we'll say it's no goal. Still a 0-0 game between St. Francis and Maryland. Almost 40 minutes in.
So they wave it off. Will touch, but pulled a nice chop to get out of the way. Clark into the middle it goes. Headed on left of the goal. Keep it near the line. Nifty play from St. Martin into the middle looking for Bernstein, but Sorensen's help is blocked. Now Rose to Cisse. To the far side with St. Martin. Into the middle, shot on goal. Saved by Sorensen, but the rebound finally puts Maryland back in front. It's Van Hoeklem who had his last goal taken off via review, and the referee looks to be heading over there again. But for now, with 5 minutes to go in the half, Maryland pulls ahead yet again.
Luke can catch a break here. It's going to be another review to see if Van Hoeklem was in front of the line. A similar position where Van Hoeklem was just in the right spot for a rebound. I thought he was back far enough. We'll take another look at it in just a moment to see where that position was exactly. Should be a good look at it here. Starts with the cross from St. Martin. First shot goes on by De Jesus, and then it's Van Hoeklem again, the nearest red flash in the area. This time it was Thiago Pires.
Take a look at the whole sequence one more time. It's just been a game of deflections. Now Rose just goes to his left. Long shot on the way. Sorensen didn't have to get a hand on that one at the right back position. Navigating through it. Now Elmore into the box. He makes a nice move, puts a shot on Mack, but it's right at his feet. Down sounds. Mack will walk away, and the horn sounds on the first half. 1-0 Maryland over St. Francis. Look at our second half keys of the game.
Yeah, for St. Francis, it's all about equalizing that time of possession that we've seen so far. It's really been Maryland who's had the opportunities, again, outshooting.
Steinleitner. Costabile along the near side. Masareka into the box, into the middle on the far side. Can they find him? They do, but pushing it out of bounds was a freshman defender. They really pressured Sorensen. Nice work by Luke Van Hoeklem. In space, De Jesus. Van Hoeklem tries to corral it, finds Costabile in on goal, but deflected out by Sorensen. Nice work there from Luca and C. Masareka to Costabile. Costabile plays it in, looking for the near half. It was looking for it, and it falls to Mitchell. Mitchell plays it through, chasing after it is Planas. He will look to get to Mack, but just over half an hour left in this one. Maryland ahead by 1. Into the middle, Andrenica, a little give and go. Still has it, Albee. He finishes in the bottom corner. So many chances for the Terps, and they finally break through on his 4th shot on goal. Andrenica makes the score 2-0. You see the celebration there, and that just feels like one that Maryland was really looking for. Their first goal came on a deflection that fell to Luke Van Hoeklem, and the second one, a beautiful give and go.
Yeah, Maryland is knocking on the door, and finally Andrenica breaks it down. His first goal in 2025, second in the last 2 seasons for Andrenica. Guy who
Flash really hearing it from the crew. With the right foot, Njike boots it in. He goes for goal. Sorensen, Njike. Terps trying to formulate a more balanced attack here. Try to get more men in motion. Nifty move to get around his defender. Into the middle it goes, and Njike was near it. It's De Jesus who winds up, takes a shot. It's deflected, goes off the crossbar, and scores. We'll see if this one gets held back. It was Van Hoeklem who got to it again. The referee has his hands up. That guy's going through it.
That guy in the blue hat wants to see a second Van Hoeklem goal.
We will have another reviewed goal. This would be the 3rd time the referee has headed to the DV Sport box. The first one was overturned. The second one was upheld. And now we await the result of this one. It's just been a game of deflections. In the Bucknell game, there were so many.
Get out of the way, adjust, and then make a play on it. It all happened too quickly.
Call it a goal
for Maryland.
So it's 3-0 today, but it's a successful pass. Now getting towards the box. Clean cross inside. It's kicked a mile in the air. Stays in the box. Then Terps able to stay with it, and Njike puts his foot in front. Nice pass to Van Hoeklem. Now inside, but right to Sorensen. What Colin Griffith can do. A really exciting goal scorer, as referee says play on. Here's another exciting scorer. Njike takes a shot from way outside, and it clears.
With Colin Griffith in the starting lineup.
There's Steinleitner. Good pass. Masareka, is he onside? He taps it off. Rebound played across Masureka, looking for goal number 4, wide. Not sure if he would have been onside anyway, but the ref let it play. Couple of good.
Maybe the offensive surges against a team like St. Francis.
Caride able to win it back. Terps take a shot, a hard one, but Sorensen repels it, and it goes out of bounds.
So his 3rd game played, but that is a career high at 8 saves.
Played in by DeVries. It got to it, a Terp did, but it goes out of play. Get able to find a man in the middle. This is Cisse. Cisse looking for Masureka. It's a good ball. Saddam tracks it down, takes a shot. So Picoto, who's not in the lineup for today's game, but had started the previous 2, also came over from UMBC. Here's DeVries, played into the middle. They were looking pass towards the right side with Israel. He'll take on Rita. Cross inside, Mack puts the mitts.
Taken by number 27, Henry
it's going to be Bernstein to take it as the crowd watches on. Sasho Swarovski goes to a crouch and watches the corner. Played in on a bounce. Still up for grabs, and it finds itself in the back of the net. Goal number 4 for the Terps as Brian St. Martin gets on the board. It's been a good end to the long weekend for Maryland. 4 goals for the Terps, and St. Martin with his first as a Terp.
How about the first career goal for St. Martin in his 17th game played across these 4 seasons? Just right place at the right time for the senior from Mount Airy, Maryland. Got to be a special moment for St. Martin. You talked about his brother Brett being a national champion with the team. Now it's younger brother Brian with his first career goal. That biggest one is coming up in just 3 weeks' time.
Played into the middle, headed away by the Terps.
Maryland hosting number 3 Pittsburgh. That should be a really good matchup between the Panthers from the ACC and what Maryland's done so far. And you've seen that success that Maryland's had. Again, we bring up that win over number 8 Wisconsin last year. So this is going to be a really tough September. Remember, Maryland did not lose a game in September last year.
Cool in, looking to add a 5th, and the Terps are going to do it. Henry Bernstein with his first goal as a Terp. It's 5 for Maryland, and they ring in the new month with a new team and a big, big lead here over the Red Flash.
How about the reigning All Big Ten first team selection in Cool having an opportunity in goal, but instead he passes it over to the freshman Bernstein, and Bernstein has his first career points. The first 2 on a nice goal with the right foot. You saw Cool instead just passes it off to the right, leaves it for the freshman, and Bernstein does the rest.
Bernstein, the freshman, at a Gladwin, Pennsylvania, a guy who's on Francis to get experience against a team in a conference you don't play with. Rita passes it on. Here's Brown. Brown looking to add a 6th. The header is on, and the goal is in. It's 6 for the Terps. And it is all Maryland here. It's been a light show here on Labor Day. The flags are waving, the drums are hitting, and the Terps are finding the ball in the back of the net often here.
Just another great piece. It starts with the cross from Joel Brown, and this has been an onslaught for Maryland so far.
Goal is 3. Maryland 6, St. Francis 0. The final score in this one. Sasho Swarovski and Mads Kaiser will shake hands as you take a look here. The largest shot differential since 2015 at least.